Hello everyone, welcome back. I've just finished work a bit early today and it's a nice day, so I think we'll go and have a look at some trees. Let's have a look around the garden, see what's doing good and there's a couple of trees not doing so good, so I'll show you them. So let's get on with it and have a look. Okay, we'll start with the crabapple. You can see that's doing pretty good. Enjoying the sun. I need to water all my trees. I'm just home, so I'll water them after this. And loads of apple on it. They're still green, but they'll eventually go red. But yeah, it's looking well, doing quite good. I threw a few trees into wind boxes here, ones that weren't doing good or want to grow on a bit. There's my little baby lemon cypress that I put in. A few other ones. There's one of the Chinese elms that I brought back from England when I went over to look at an exhibition over there, and I've just found these in the garden centre. You might have seen that video. There was just 3 of them in a pot and they were reduced by like 75%, so I got the 3 of them. That's one, and then there's the other 2. They're doing a lot better, as you can see. These are all my a lot of my mini trees. It's like a few of them need a bit of work, a little bit of pruning. Oak there inside the little acorn pot. Yeah. Up here we got my Chinese elm with the statue. Got the one over the rock there. They're doing good. They've been pruned lately. This is my little tanuki that I did. This little ash tree. It's not ash tree, sorry, a ronin tree. It's just getting attacked by something, so I've moved it up here so I can keep an eye on it. There's my little pinching with the little mini bonsai garden in it. I've got it turned around because the sun, as you can see, is coming from up there, so just turned it around to get a bit of sun that way. Just a little kind of field maples, kind of got a twisty kind of roots, so I just planted the roots. My stone wall pinching, you can see, needs another pruning. Bush is not getting pretty big. The tree itself, it could go another little while, but it's getting close to needing a bit of a prune. Back behind that, if you can see, is another Chinese elm. That's the back of it again, on a rock. These are the elm trees that I collected. My little kind of narrow forest. You can see it back there. That's all doing good. These little Chinese elms. This one needs a bit of work too. Look, it's getting a bit crazy. This is my little one, the kind of fancy brass pot. Lots of shoots on it. This is one of an air-layered juniper that I took maybe 2 years ago, I think. I just wired that up this year, I think, gave it a bit of styling. My goat willow forest, been pruned lately, doing okay. Starting to send out a lot of new shoots again all over it, so that'll fill out in no time. Little paracanthia. Back there is my dwarf Schefflera. Again, did a bit of work on that recently. My rock over tree that Nathan challenged me to do. Main tree doing okay. It survived anyway, so that's good. And the little honeysuckle is doing good on the top too. Fuchsia, just been pruned as well recently over the statue. And these little Chinese elms that I did on this kind of rock, they're all growing well. You can see all the long shoots. They'll probably need a prune soon too. This one here, it's kind of not gripped on. It was pruned in here, but it's kind of lifting, so I might be able to get this root out and put it through this hole here down as well. My Chinese elm over at the statue there as well, that's doing good. That's the one I had to graft on a piece on the back. It's all doing good. My 3 Chinese gods with the Chinese privet on it, they're all good. This little Chinese elm, again, this is just a basically an air layer, but I cut everything off, leaving a twig on one side, and then grew this then from that. You can see that's really doing good. Another pruning needed. The rock that I made out of the polystyrene, you might have seen that one with the juniper on it. It's all good. Juniper's doing quite well on there. And one of my big Chinese elms, we did a video on this recently with the two lower ones. It's all good. My little boxwood forest growing quite well. My little hobbit house, I gave this tree a quick pruning the other night. Again, it was sending out massive long shoots. The blueberries still sending out more, so I have a little nibble of them on again. And on my last video I planted this guy up here, took out the little oak, and you can see that's doing good. These are again more layered junipers. To go junipers, so I just planted a little forest. This is another juniper here. This is actually the back of it. Just turn it round. I'll just swing it back this way. So you can see that it's kind of a twin trunk, twisty kind of thing. Another one here that was styled up. Wasn't sure what to do with this one, so I took everything off and just kept one branch and styled that. My African style fringing, that's doing okay. The grasses are getting a bit long again. I'll need a bit of a pruning. Oh, excuse me, the tree itself may need a bit of a pruning soon too. It's getting a bit thick. And up here, this is one of the junipers I pulled out of the garden. It's one of my very first trees I got. Kind of goodish trees, but was never knew what to do with it. So this was the first time I did a proper styling on it. I did take an awful lot of foliage off it. That's why you can see it sending out all this juvenile foliage, but that's okay, we'll just leave it now. Grow away and get healthy. You can see the nice dead wood goes all the way around and up. You got like a live vein. So yeah, that should be a nice tree one day. And over here, my dinosaurs and my redwood group. Redwoods are really starting to sprout out a lot. Need to go do a bit of work on that, and you can see the weeds and stuff are taking over, so that's going to need a bit of work. Next to it we've got this Schefflera root over rock. That again is starting to bush out quite well. Swing around this way, this is the little oak that I took off the top of the hobbit house. You can see it's really grown quite well, survived no problem. This is just a little Japanese maple back there and stuff. This is my bear cave that I made. If you haven't seen the videos of this, you can see how I made the cave. Little babies always get knocked over with the watering. This is blue spruce and larch trees, and I built a kind of a cave again out of polystyrene. Some of these are getting a bit long, big, so I might take a few of them out and put them in the Dinosaur, the redwoods. So I think they'll look better in with that. They're a bit big here. These guys are okay, they kind of stay small. Some of these kind of look prehistoric, so yeah. You just got a frig, we did a video on them recently. This is one of the seedlings off. I'll show you the rest of them in a minute. That was the one I kept separate. It's Norway maple that I collected from where my wife works. It's a fantastic tree there. I'll have to show that when it's in multicolour. This is my Thuya that I put on this rock. You might have seen that video. The rock had a natural divot in it, so I just on the back here put a bit of mesh And yeah, that's doing okay at its first starting when I put it in. Behind that is the Japanese maple. It's kind of like a widespread and canopy one. Here we have larch, the 3 kind of leftover larch that I had from my forest that I just put in this rock, and the rock had a hole all the way through it. So I see, if I can move that, you see I planted one through the rock. They're all doing good. And a little honeysuckle on a piece of wood, that's also doing good. Chinese privet needs a bit of a pruning. You can see here my what's it called again, Virginia creeper. It's withering, needs to be watered. You can see it's in a dish but it's dried up, so we'll have to give that a watering. Got a few more trees here, more junipers, some more rowan trees. These I grew from seed. This one's getting a bit tall. Hard to film now in here because it's so tight, it's squeezed in. Another tiny juniper, a tiny pot. That's my elm in. I can get in there. The pot that I got in the second-hand shop. Coming out of that. These were just some cherry seeds my wife gave me to grow, so they're growing. This is a Zelkova, just cutting. There's another one there, back there. They were air laid off one that I bought. This is my little forest of cuttings that I did. They all took, there was a couple that died, so we did a bit of work on that recently. There's another one back there, need to do some work on. Another Japanese maple in the corner. Here we've got a field maple. This is the one I kept separate. It's doing okay, everything's so dry. The Chinese elm back there. That's the other Zelkova part of the main tree. A few other little bits and pieces here. We got that juniper on the rock that we wove into the grooves of the rock. We have this Chinese elm that we put on the rock that I made. It's the first one I made with the polystyrene. I don't know if you can see it properly. So there they had juniper, another one. What's that called again? Can't remember the name of that. It's got a little yellow flower on it. It'll come to me. They juniper. A few other bits and pieces. This is the field maples that I did. 3 of them on the rock. Again, needs watering. Another big juniper, or biggish. Got a nice twisty trunk onto there. Again, planted it on this rock. You can see it's sending out a lot of new shoots, so we need to give it a bit of a pruning, a bit of tidying up. My big larch forest on the slab. Ignore the stick in the middle, I have to put these up to stop the birds. Yeah, that's doing okay. Again, you can see how dry it is. They were all watered last night. There's the Scots pine I did recently. Pruned it back. What else have we got around here? We got a little Chinese privet over the skeleton sitting on his desk. Well, it's that one again. Sometimes I have to put tags in because when I'm doing this, what is it? Oh, Potentilia, yeah, I can never. When I'm doing videos, I always forget the names of them. So that's doing okay after it's pruning. Right. Sycamore gap tree. The 2 lads that cut down the real tree got sentenced last week. They got 4 years, I think 4 years and 3 months each or something. So yeah, bit of justice, but it was a shame. Japanese maple little guy. Let's see, he's quite full, probably needs a bit of thinning out. There's my little, I won't say little, it's not that little, redwood forest with the track in it. The van's not in it now, I'll kick that out when I'm not working on it. A few kind of other miscellaneous trees. That's the one I did recently over the brick. That's the piece of bogwood with the 3O on it. That's the one. Nettles, we got loads of nettles, all sorts of stuff in this garden. This is my dragon with the what are they again? Oh yeah, Japanese quince. Got this azalea. I kind of didn't prune them this year because they really struggled last year, so I left them off. But I will have to go in and give them a bit of a pruning back. This is my cypress, my swamp cypress, or whatever the other name is again, I can't remember. Little oak, twisty oak, little juniper on a rock. You see, this is when you put moss, you collect moss. If you collect it and it's shade moss, it'll just dry out and die in the sun. So when you collect moss, if you want it for shade or you want it for sun, make sure you collect it from somewhere that's growing in the sun. It's just a little collected down. Can't remember the name of this guy. Not doing too great. It's growing, but it's all the growth's at the top. A lot of weeds need to clean out. Oh yeah. What is it? Wax flower. Yeah, I need to do a bit of work on it, clean the weeds out and maybe prune it back, see if we can get it back a bit. It's been a bit neglected. This is my junipers on the big piece of bog oak. I read that when you get bog oak like this over here, it's only found here in the bogs, and when it's black like that, it means it can be up to 3,000 years old. Rock solid it is. When I was cutting it, it was like cutting through stone. Dwarf ash tree. It's kind of got a windswept look. This was actually the top of the tree that I cut off. I just chopped it off because I had a horrible S-bend. I just chopped the top off and I just threw the top into a pot. But you never know. And it survived, doing great, as you can see. And the bottom half didn't survive at all. It didn't grow, which was weird. So lucky I did that. So always, if you ever chop off the top of your tree or anything, stick it in a pot. Chances are that might survive and your other tree won't. A fuchsia, the one over the rock. Another little pyracant there. There's another one here. This is the one on the rock. Didn't do great this year. Normally this is covered in berries and flowers, but this year it didn't do great. I think it dried out too much. Got some elms that we collected. This is the way the ones on my forest were when I collected them, just twigs like this on the side of the road. Always around wisteria, little one. This is the little forest I made up of the seedlings of the Norway maple that I showed you one a while ago of. I kept one separate and the rest are in there. I need to move that really. I just put that there last night. Okay, let's go up here, see what we got. We got our big Chinese elm here. It's actually the back of it. We have our cascading juniper. Hard to see. Let's see if I can turn it. It's on a rock and it's pretty heavy. You can see how much this moss is normally all joined together. But it's so dry, it's all blistering apart. So there's the tree there. Weeds. I have to pull out the whole mat. Yeah, so get the watering hose out in a minute. Put that back. That's a big cascade juniper, so you can see the back of it. got this hornbeam. It's a dwarf hornbeam, supposedly. Not doing great this year, I don't know. Seems to be struggling. Another air-layered juniper, another one there. This juniper, I got over the rock. I bought this one online. Came in a very small pot. I took it out the pot. I put it in a much bigger pot this year. So you see it's sending out a lot of new growth. Some of it is juvenile, but I'm just leaving it grow for a while. What's over here? I've got a little kind of twisty ash, and I've got a what are they called again? I'll come back to that one. I can't remember. There's a juniper. I did a kind of thing on how to start off a tree from nursery stock. That was just one I did a bit of a styling on. I got it for like €5. This is one of my sweet chestnuts. You can see its leaves on this one seem to stay quite small for some reason, and then my other ones get quite big, although that's pretty big for this one. Normally they're only about this big. If you're right up the top there behind my garden, there's a sweet chestnut, and there's one there, and that's where the seeds come. They fall down, and I end up getting them growing in the garden. Okay, got some more junipers. This is the one that I rescued. Chinese elms. I put over the horrible roots. I put it over the rock. You can see that's doing really well. Hawthorn in there. We did a bit of pruning on. It's doing okay. This guy keeps falling over. It's a kind of a stupid pot, really. It's just one I got in a car boot sale, and I just decided to plant that guy in the side of it. He's been in there a couple of years now. Seems to be doing okay. Again, these are all just air layers, so you should always try and air layer any branches off that you can, because they can make nice little trees, and I have bunches of them kicking around the place. With my big pyrocanthia, you see that's doing quite well now. It's got all the carving on it. It's a big thick trunk. You see the trunk is quite gnarly. Again, this is an alder with the carved trunk. You see how small the leaves are on it. It's doing quite good. There's pyrocanthia here. It's the one on again over the statue. Not doing great, but it's just starting to grow now, so hopefully that'll be okay. Alright, let's go over this side. Right, so one of my sad stories, well not sad, it's coming back, is my large horse chestnut. You see it there. The weather got really bad. Not really bad, really hot, and it crisped up all the leaves. The leaves were quite small on it because I'd pruned it back, and all the leaves dropped off, but you can see it's starting to send out more now. But I noticed that there's a lot of trees around here, horse chestnut trees, and even in the wild or out in nature, should I say, not wild, they're all crisped up as well on them. So that's my liquid amber, kind of a clump style. Doing good. Japanese maple. This is my, I can't remember what name of that one is. Again, it'll come to me, but that needs a bit of work now. I chopped it right back last year. It was quite a nice big tree, but it just kept getting bigger, so I did a big chop on it. You can see it needs another one. My eucalyptus here. This is just a branch I ripped off a tree in my mother's garden, a little twig. That's growing okay. I don't know, can I chop that right back? Don't know enough about them, but it could probably do with being chopped right back. Behind there there's a juniper there on the rock growing. This is the guy in the back of it. So that's doing good. And then what we got down here, we've got this Japanese maple on the dragon. I don't know if you can see that good or not. My hornbeam growing on the piece of wood. I've just put him in here last night because you can see he's getting too much sun. He's drying out. This is my elm, another collected one. This one I put on the big piece of, another big piece of bogwood I had. You see the roots are all doing good, all growing around. Might need to bring this in, give it a pruning, get the leaves crisping up when it dries out. They always seem to do it in the summer. It's very hard to stop them. I don't know, maybe it's not getting enough water, but I do water it quite a lot. Under back here, we've got these Japanese maples. We've got this one, quite a big one. One down here on the floor, again shoots everywhere. And another one here. They all need pruning. They all look hard to see them individually because they're all grown into each other. We got our fuchsia. Another to go with juniper. It's really grown well and strong. Probably need to give that a tidy up. This is another juniper that I took off a rock that wasn't doing great, but it's starting to come back now. Leftover larch that I put on a little statue, and this is the ficus, needs weeding. You see a lot of weeds, so I did the weeds grow quicker than the trees, hard to keep up. We got a kind of miniature forest of redwoods back there, which are made out of just cuttings. This is my big try and squeeze here, Norway maple. So that's doing quite well. That was just a big tree that I did a big chop on. You can see in there where I did the big chop. Just chopped it right back and started one branch as the new leader. So yeah, growing that. That's my French eucalyptus. My figs I did recently, just cuttings of the made little forest. This is my rosemary, doing good. Down here is my big, it's a heavy trunk, and then I just kept one branch on it. That's my Scots pine. Needs a bit of styling, but it was very weak, so I chopped off all the top and just kept this one branch. So I'm just letting that grow now and strengthen up this year. This is another juniper that I got at the garden centre. As a big bush, and I just styled like this. Didn't video that one, so that was before I started making videos. This guy is my lilac. Just turned it round there. See, it's all kind of hollowed out and stuff. Front of that is my Japanese Quince, the one with all the squiggly roots. I planted over the rock. There's a bogwood in boxwood. My lemon cypress. This is what's this one called again? Robinia Twisty Baby. See, that one's got all the twisted away from. I go for a drive every night and we pass the garden, and it has one, a big full grown one. So I searched and eventually found one. Lemon cypress is another sweet chestnut, just grew from seed. Again, just grew it, chopped it, and it's been growing okay. A few miscellaneous stuff up here, this kind of where stuff gets chucked. This is the main trunk from the Zelkova that I did the big chop on. I laid 2 branches off the top of it, so that's the main bit. I've turned it this way to try and get a bit of sun on this side. My dogwood here got all burnt and crisped up, so I don't think that's going to come back. That might be a goner. I've got a little ficus that I did a big chop on. It's doing okay. This is my Lidl's olive, my blackthorn I got online, just some couple of 3 just twigs basically, and behind that is my staghorn forest. It's okay, there's a lot of miscellaneous stuff there needs weeding. That's why they kind of get neglected. Here we've got, I can show it, a little Scots pine on a rock. Been on there for a long time now, good few years, just a small little one. Behind that is my sycamore. You can see now the leaves are reducing. You see it's starting to get a little bit of mildew on it. It normally means you think it'd be from the wet, but it actually means it's too dry. So I'll give that a good soaking. This guy is a, oh, they go again. Look at these weeds. Luckily I'm off next week, so I can spend a few days weeding. That is, oh, I can't remember what it's called. That's the kind of twisty leaves. I'll think about it. Shishigara maple, that's doing well. Growing really slowly, but again, it was a big tree. I just did a big chunk top on it when I got it, and yeah, it's looking well. Yeah, this is the little tree planted in the big tray to one day make a bit of a pension out of it. It was struggling, but it's doing okay now. Back here we have this lump of concrete, and we put this is that spruce, is it, on it. Again, it was a big tree, chopped it all off and just kept one branch. So that's that. It's hard to remember all the names when you're walking around, and then when I'm finished the video I go, oh yeah, that's what that was, and that was. This is the juniper we put in amongst the rock recently. Another big Ithaca juniper, twisted trunk. Again, you can see all this long growth. I must prune off, or else it'll start taking the energy from back here and it'll start getting thinned out. My climbing hydrangea, I chopped off the flowered finish, or chopped it off. You can see that, that's all the roots growing all over the rocks, or the rock. This is another different type of, you go on this side, liquid amber. So again, this was a big tree. I just did a trunk chop on. I've been growing it ever since. That's doing good. Okay, so we'll go up to the last bit now. This is where it starts getting a bit chocked up. In the corner there I've got my big oak, and I think this is my last year trying it. If it doesn't, I'm just going to chop the top off and stick it in a pot and see if it'll send out roots that way. As after 3 years of trying, it just doesn't seem to want to send out roots. It just keeps growing. You can see I've pruned it and all because it got too big. This was my little rescued birch. It was underneath the trailer. Chopped it right back and just left 2 branches. Another elm that I found. This is was a trio, and that were growing together. There was a pine tree as well. You can see the stub of the pine tree. The pine tree died, but the other 2 survived. So I just left them together. Behind that we've got the beech forest, mixed beech forest. An oak forest there. A sycamore growing over a rock there. It's the side of a hornbeam. I can't see it too good. This is my mountain kind of that I made out of the polystyrene and cemented it and put my Alberta spruce kind of forest on it. I can't even see what I'm doing because the sun's so bright in my eyes. There's a little black pine that I got off Adam from Notion Bonsai. I put some twists into it and I potted it into a bigger pot. I grew these from seed, so I'm just letting that grow away. That's another air layer from the Zelkova. Got the little bits and pieces down here. Oh my big, the sun is so bright. Can't even see if you can see that. The sun's probably shining. That's my big juniper that's up in the air on that thing, so it's a bit hard to film. Another birch here. The white trunk looks good. That's doing okay. This is my copper beech, the one that I chopped off the top and just kept one branch. Again, it's kind of got an old, gnarly old trunk on it. This is my ironwood. This is a Persian ironwood. Again, garden centre material. Just did a big chop in there. I'm just growing the top branch off up. A few more bits and pieces. Another thuja down there. These, a friend of mine from the club gave me these. These are ficus, and I'm going to try and do a live bridge across. This guy should have been repotted. I'd say that's completely pot bound. Should have repotted that one. It was one I forgot about. This is an olive. It was a piece of a trunk, not a trunk, a root that I got off one of the lads a few years back. He was cutting off his big olive to get it to fit in a pot, and he cut a chunk off the root. So I took just a slice of root and I planted it, and it's growing well. My big larch that I carved. You see the carving and that in there. That's growing quite well. I have to keep now and again just prune it back a little bit. Another big-ish olive, not that big, but it's my biggest one. This is a crab apple that I decided to have a bit of fun with. It was just a seedling that I grew, so I put a bit of a bend into it and did it like a cascading one. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that one day, but this is the alder that I put the thread graft on. I don't know if I can get in close enough. You see the thread graft there now. It's breaking away on the thing. This branch is really thickening up. The branch is coming from this tree here. I did have a thread graft on it before, coming from a branch from itself, but the fox came and chewed on the branch, so I had to put another branch through. So rather than growing another long one, I just put another pot which had an alder in it, chopped it all back, leaving the one branch strong. You see it's really grown well, so that should work pretty good. There's my big crab apple back there. Another Chinese elm on a rock. That's the back of it. That was just a packet of hornbeams that I got. Again, a bit neglected. It's dried out. So I probably should take them out and do something with them. Maybe stick them in the ground if I have room. Down here I've put my wisteria, my big wisteria, just to keep it out the thick heavy sun, and you can see it's grown really well. It's like a wilderness down here. Just come down here now in a minute. This is my field maple forest. Again, hopefully you can see that with the sun. And next to that is the ugly hawthorn. That's the side of it. You can't really see the front of it. It's probably too heavy for me to try and twist with one hand. And then up here I've got my Myrtle. This is one of the air-laid ones that I took from my father-in-law's garden. This is the mother tree of most of my air layers. So I bought this tree. It was a big bush, and I air-laid branches off it until I think I air-laid enough, and then I ended up with just basically 2 branches, and I've just been working on styling them. Then they got its first styling last year, I think it was. So yeah, that's starting to fill out nicely now, growing well. And then here's my other myrtle that I air-laid a few years back off my father-in-law's planting his garden. He was getting rid of it, so I said before he did, could he let me out a couple of branches off it, so he did. So when I got him, there was no branches at all, and it was just two pieces of trunk, that one and that one. But yeah, they're growing quite well. So I think that's about it. I think we've seen everything. I think we've talked about everything. It's that juniper there in the rock. I have a little greenhouse here, just a little small one. It's just got a few jades in it at the moment. So yeah, I think that's about it for my trees. See the sun's hitting them, they're all enjoying it, so I better get the hose out, get them all watered. And then just before I finish up, these are my two jade forests in my little porch here. This is my porch of Cariafra forest, and down here then is my column jade one. That one seems okay, but this probably needs a bit of a pruning. It's starting to send out some long shoots. Okay, so that was went on a bit long, sorry about that, but I just wanted to do a quick tour of the garden, and just so you could keep up to date with some of the trees. So we'll call that a day, we'll call that done, and I will get out now and get the hose out and give them all a good soaking. You see they were very dry. I know they say it's not great to water trees in the sun or plants in the sun, but when I water my trees, like today now, I won't water the actual tree itself, I'll just water the pots. It helps to cool the pot down as well, especially trees that are like planted over rocks and things. The rocks can get quite hot, so it's good to give them cool the pots down and give them a good watering just around the tree, around the pot and stuff, rather than soaking all the leaves. So yeah, so we'll call it done. So as always guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and all that kind of stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.